Hello, and tonight is the Bourne Out Autumn Dance. Now this one's a bit different from last year's Autumn Dance because we are actually holding it in the autumn. Last year things got a bit out of hand with the planning, and as a result the autumn dance got turned into a pre-Christmas dance. But this year it's happening at the proper time. It's happening in September. Across the steps. Oh, there's Val. Can't see her because she's other side of the screen. But there's, oh, and there's Sharon already. It would not be this Cumberland dance. It would not be the Cumberland dance without Sharon, look.
Hello, everybody. How are you, darling?
I'm lovely, but all better for being here.
Good morning, then.
Hello, Val. I'm fabby, thanks. I'm fabby. Hello, everybody.
Hello, darling.
All right, I finally made it. Hello, everybody. And of course, Scotty there. It's not a party night for Scotty because, as ever, she's working hard and organising it so the rest of us can have a night. And Heather has arrived. Now, every one of these £5 entrance fees for the evening goes towards Bourne Out and goes towards the funding of Eastbourne Pride 2019. And a lot of familiar eeks here, some we see frequently, some we don't see quite so frequently, but they've turned out for the autumn dance.
You're doing a raffle. What are you raffling? Let's let them know what you're raffling. We've got all these lovely prizes. We've got various bottles, which I'm sure you'd all love to win a bottle. Get me a skin, get a bear or a jailer. Get me a hot, sweaty sailor. One real live man water. It's so hard to get good help these days. Oh yeah! Woo! It's another dance break. You can see my legs now. They're alright, aren't they? Alright for a 20-year-old.
Well, indeed, celebration time it is, I think, because we pulled off Pride this year. And I think that's something that we can be very proud of. I think the community in general is a bit happier for that. It seems a bit better than it did a few years ago. Now, we're talking about dancing here. This is the autumn dance, and I think it's time that I came up and had a bit of a jugger myself. It's interesting, these anthems have been part of gay culture really for a very long time. I mean, since the 70s, and even in the 80s, where most people thought that most things 70s were naff, the gay scene always loved 70s disco. This always makes me think, though, that really I ought to be a clone with a moustache and a construction worker's helmet banging a tambourine at this stage. and we're beginning to get now into disco conga. Interesting bit of dance territory, that, the disco conga. I don't get as much chance to dance as I used to. A few years ago, most Fridays and Saturdays, but now I'm a bit older and slightly fewer opportunities, so when I do get an opportunity like this, I'm more than happy to oblige. Now Mike here is doing something that I didn't think was possible. Actually looking pretty good whilst dancing the Macarena. I didn't think anyone could do that. Zion, on the other hand, is demonstrating his knowledge of the dance. He is clearly a Macarenaist of some years standing. Noma, the LGBT no, an important part of the Bourne out as ever. And things are just beginning to wind down here. It's getting later on in the evening, and I thought I'd go out into the lounge and have a last drinky before going home. Could I just have a Diet Coke, please?
Certainly, ice and lemon.
Oh, that'd be lovely, thanks, yeah.
It says everybody had a good time.
They did. We won't be back till next year now.
Oh, right, yeah. So, what is it, a celebration of...
Well, we do it partly to raise money for Eastbourne Pride.
Oh, that's lovely.
We're entirely self-financing, which is good, really, in a way.
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
So we do this, and we run a little cafe in Stables Lane, and we charge people for tea and cake and the odd bit of toast cheese.
I think that's brilliant. I really do.
It's self-sustaining, which is good. Thanks. Bye.
I've won a raffle!
Yeah!
Oh, Sharon's come in! Oh, Sharon, that's great. Good night!
Yeah, lovely.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
Both cheeks, as always. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't have as much tea with Julie tonight, though. It's probably more alcohol with Julie.
I haven't had tea.
Cocktails with Julie.
Yeah, there's been a few of them. No tea at all.
Oh, you think so?
Boozy, boozy, boozy.
Nice to see you. See you later. Good night.
And Stephen H there winding up the rainbow bunting as the function is now coming to an end. Now, we haven't just had a lot of fun tonight. We have actually raised well over £600 towards Bourne Out and towards the cost of Eastbourne Pride 2019. And good night and a nice little walk home.